All right, everyone, this is 3.2 properties of parallel lines. All I want you to do is take a look at the map here, okay, and you're going to name a pair of each of the following. All right, so feel free to pause the video, okay. Try not to write all of the examples that I provide for the do now. Try and write your own because there's multiple answers, okay. And we'll continue, hit the play button and resume when you're ready. Alternate interior angles. Well, your interior angles are going to be, I could change the color here. Going to be the angles on the inside, okay? If it's alternate interior, angle 4 and 6, or angle 3 and 5, okay? Same side interior, well, that's either 4 and 5 or 3 and 6. Alternate exterior angles, well, that's either 1 and 7 or 2 and 8. Vertical angles are our bow ties, right? So we have many different choices, but I'm going to go with angle 1 and angle 3. And corresponding angles. Remember, we put our boxes around, and which ones correspond with each other? 1 with 5, 2 with 6, 4 with 8, and 3 with 7. So you could pick any of those pairs. Okay, it's going to play a big role in our information today. This entire lesson is going to be theorems and postulates, okay? So I only put the theorems in this lesson with only one question at the end because we need to know these theorems. This needs to be a main focus for us moving forward, okay? So the same side interior angles postulate. If a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then the same side interior angles are supplementary. And what does supplementary mean? That it equals 180 degrees. So if you look in this image here on the left, our same side interior angles are 4 and 5 and 3 and 6. So the measure of angle 4 plus the measure of angle 5 equals 180 degrees. And the measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 6 also equals 180 degrees. Okay, so these postulates we need to know. First one. Same side interior angles equal 180 degrees. Your alternate interior angles theorem. If a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then the alternate interior angles are congruent. Okay? So your alternate interiors are 4 and 6 and 3 and 5. Okay? So the measure of angle 4 is congruent to the measure of angle 6. The measure of angle 3 is congruent to the measure of angle 5. Corresponding angle theorem. If a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then the corresponding angles are congruent. So remember, corresponding, we put our boxes around and match them up. In this picture, I've already matched them for you by color, okay? So 1 and 5, 2 and 6, 3 and 7, and 4 and 8, okay? So the measure of angle 1 is congruent to the measure of angle 5. The measure of angle 2 is congruent to the measure of angle 6. The measure of angle 3 is congruent to the measure of angle 7. And the measure of angle 4 is congruent to the measure of angle 8. So those are corresponding angles are congruent. The alternate exterior angles theorem. If a transversal intersects two parallel lines, then the alternate exterior angles are congruent. Okay, they are congruent. So what do we have? We have the measure of angle 1 is congruent to the measure of angle 7. And the measure of angle 2 is congruent to the measure of angle 8. That is your alternate exterior angles theorem. Okay? All right, your last part is going to require you to find the angles measures for each of the provided angles, okay? So if you see I have them listed here on your paper, it will be blank. And let's just run through it. Our first one we have is angle 105, 105 degrees. So let me break this down for you because this should have been erased. Okay. So if we're going to break this down, we have one angle that's 105 already. Okay, the first thing that I would say is that you have, from this angle of 105, we have angle 7. And angle 7 and angle 105 are vertical, and vertical angles are congruent. So angle 7 should also be 105. Okay. Also looking at this initial measure of 105, we have angle 3. And angle 105 and angle 3 are alternate interior angles. And all alternate interior angles are congruent. So if angle 105, that means angle 3 must also be 105. Okay. From here, I'm going to move on from angle 105, and we're going to look at angle 3. If angle 3 is 105 and angle 7 is 105, what about angle 3 and angle 5? Those make our vertical angles or our bow tie shape. So angle 5 must also be 105 degrees. Okay. From here, we have angle 5 and angle 8. And if you turn your paper sideways, you're going to notice that angle 5 and angle 8 are alternate interior angles. Since they're alternate interior, angle 8 is also 105. Okay. Now, we found angle 5, we found angle 7, we found angle 3. Angle 8 and angle 4 are also same side interiors. And those same side interiors add up to 180. So 180 minus 105 gives you 75 degrees, which is why angle 4 is 75 degrees. Angle 4 and angle 6 are supplementary, which means that they equal 180, so angle 6 again must be 105. Same idea for angle 8 and angle 1. They are supplementary angles, so angle 1 also must be 75. And our last one is angle 2, and again we could say that angle 8 and angle 2 are supplementary. They equal 180 degrees, so angle 2 must be 75. Okay, for your exit slip, I need you to name the theorem that proves the following. Angle 3 plus angle 5 equals 180 degrees. I'm going to do the first one for you. Angle 3 and angle 5 equal 180 degrees. Well, angle 3 and angle 5 are same side interior angles. So if I go to my theorems, we have the same side interior angle postulate, which says that same side interior angles are supplementary, or that they equal 180. So that's the same side interior angle postulate. Okay, so for the next couple, be sure to look back at our theorems, and I look forward to checking your answers when you submit your work. Thanks for watching.